Hello and welcome to another video back out on the boat. Today I've launched again from the Fylde Boat Angling Club down here in Bisping, just because it's a beautiful August day and it's a very rare day off that I have from work, and I'm just going to try and catch some fish, some species. I don't really have a plan today. A fair few boats have launched. Some are going for bass, some are going out to the Loon Deep species hunting. I'm probably going to tag along with one of those. There's a few species I'd like to add to my list, especially for this channel and this boat. A lot of the flatfish, I've not had a smoothound, I've not had a bass yet. So anything like that I'm going to be on the cards today. And yeah, I will let you know more of the plan when I'm doing it, because I'm probably going to tag along with someone out here. If not, I'll do my own thing, but not really sure what to do right now. The day is open, so we'll see how it goes and I'll keep you with me. Well, we've now come to a mark and we're going to fish for bass. Now, I've got baited feathers on this rod here, just bouncing away there. And I've also put a float out. We're in 25 foot of water and I've got that float set at about 15 foot. That might not be focusing, it's hard with the glare of the sun. There's my float rod. And we'll try and pick up a bass, but I don't have much luck with bass, so not sure I will do. But I'll take anything for starters. I find with this kind of thing, you just want little jigs really close to the bottom. You don't want to be sort of mid-water giving it the big one. Just dancing them off the bottom. I've got little squid strips on and little shrimp feathers. Just trying to pick up anything. Well, just had the first two fish on the drift, not a bass, but first one was a podgy little tope pup of feathers. Seen many a tope pup this year, certainly this time of year, but it is nice to get the first fish on the boat, so we'll pop him back. And then as I was bringing that rig up with the tope on, what I think happened is I picked up a mackerel on the way up. So a little bit of fresh bait if we go for something bigger. I might put this under the float as a live bait. Might be slightly big for that, but no, he's probably going under the float, this fella. Well guys, sorry if this camera works a little bit clunky. I'm trying to stay in gear to keep the sun in front of me so it's not silhouetted. But I'm pretty stoked at what I've just caught. My first smoothound on this boat, and it's another target species to add to my species hunt this year. That camera work is going to be a bit shaky, so I'll try and do something better now. But yeah, that one would be known as a common smoothound, not a starry smoothound, because he doesn't have the spots up on the dorsal edge of the fish, but genetically it's the same animal. Let me show you a better angle. Well, there we go. Hopefully dropping that camera a bit makes it a bit more steady. But there's my smoothound. It very nearly had my rod overboard. I wasn't paying attention. I was knocking around at the back of the boat, and it took off. But yeah, happy to catch this little dude, because it's the first one I think I've brought to the channel, and it's definitely the first one I've brought to the boat. So good stuff. Just a few differences with smoothound and tope. You'll notice the mouth of a smoothound is much more like a raise. It actually looks like he might have been hooked before, that fella. Yeah, more like a raise mouth. They're not as predatory in the way that they don't take fish and things like that. They don't have the big teeth. They're more crab, squid and lugworm. This one came on squid. But yeah, bit of a close-up if I can get one. And then let's get this fish back. Well, we've come off that mark that we were fishing before, that we were drifting, and we've now come and anchored on the far side of the Loon Deeps, on the banks there. And the targets are going to be any other species I can catch. Really buzzed that I picked that smoothound up earlier. That's a nice tick off the list. Now the target for them is a double figure one, but that'll come in time. Here I'm going to try and focus more on the species than the big fish. I'm not going to go whacking big mackerel baits down for the huss, the rays, the tope, because I've done a few videos on that and I've caught a fair few of them and I love it, but it would be nice to pick up some smaller interesting species. So I've got some small baits out, some small rigs, and I've got some tiny little sabikis that I'm going to jig. Try and pick up maybe a pouting, a herring, pork cod you get here, and I believe some grey and red gurners as well. So anything like that would be appreciated. Maybe I think there's some scad around, some horse mackerel. Anything like that would be a big edge on the species list. So we'll give that a go. Try and focus a bit on the species as opposed to the size of the fish today. First rig going down. 2 bits of lugworm there. Simple as it comes. I'm going to focus on worm, crab and squid baits because I don't want to get bothered by dogfish all day. So we'll try and stay away from mackerel and fish baits like that. Well, these are the feathers I'm going for. As you can see, they're absolutely tiny, size 12 hooks. Compared to my finger, that is, you know, really small. So I feel like I'll pick up all sorts, tiny little pouting I might pick up with them, little gobies even. See what we can find. Well, first drop on them tiny little sabikis produced a little whiting. Hadn't even got to the bottom yet. That's a good sign that. I just need a pouting now, pork cod, scad, anything like that, but I'm going to persevere with these titchy little sabikis. Well, try as I might, I couldn't swerve the dogfish, but look at this, titchy little baby dogfish. Stand up. That's got to be the smallest dogfish I've ever caught. Real little juvenile. Let's get this fella back. See you, buddy. Well, this is really panning out. There's another one that I need for the hunt. That's a dab, and it's another flatfish species ticked off the list, and another species on the boat. Great stuff. Another dab there, fall into the lugworm rod. If these start to get really kind of numerous, I might switch to squid strips and just see if I can maybe get through to something else. The problem with going on to squid or mackerel strips is you tend to get dogfish moithering you as much as these guys do, but we'll persevere, see what we can get. Another little dogfish there. I'm really not going to film all of these because there's going to be quite a few. That's what happens when you swap from lugworm to squid, is you start picking these little guys up. But we'll persevere, there'll be something through them. Fishing with another boat and they've had a dragonette, so that'll be really nice to catch. Let's get this one back. Well, this probably won't actually count in a species hunt, but this is a little juvenile edible crab. I don't know how well you can see that. Don't often see these off the Fylde coast, so I just thought it worth showing. This is miles undersized, so obviously we're going to go back. But if you see pots and things around, which, you know, we are fishing around at the moment, they're probably going for the adult edible crabs, spider crabs, or potentially lobster. So just a little point of interest. Let's get this dude back. Well, again, sorry for the shake on the camera. There's not a huge lot I can do about that. We've got a bit of a wave on out here. Tripod's even moving. Well, I've had loads of whiting, dab, dogfish and tope pups, but nothing else new to show you since that little edible crab. So I just thought I'd do a piece to camera and say that, you know, I'm not filming every single fish just because it'd get a bit boring. Loads of whiting. That was close. I'm going to leave that clip in. But yeah, I better pack the camera away and I'm going to make some changes and try and catch some other fish. Come low tide, we're going to make a move and see if we can fish, I think, a pipeline and maybe pick up a wrasse or something, which would be very special for around here. I've never had a wrasse on this boat, so that's the plan for now. I'll go and do that. Well guys, we've taken a move inshore now. We've just tried fishing a mark on a double wall on a pipeline, and I've had absolutely nothing, just another edible crab on the baits. So what I'm going to do in the last half hour before we head in is just throw some lures over the rocks on this pipeline. Now I believe it's a double wall. I'm off Chatsworth if anyone knows it, and it comes up from about 15 foot up over the pipe, and on the top it's about, sorry about the camera work again, on the top it's about 7-8 foot. And I'm just going to throw one of these little Savage Gear sand deals, little saltwater lures over the top and see if we can pick up anything. If not, I've got out here on a nice day. Oh, that camera work, I'm so sorry. If I don't catch anything, I've got out on a nice day. If I do, I'll bring it to you, but I suspect this is going to be the last chance, so if this doesn't work, we'll head on in.
Unfortunately, but not unsurprisingly, no bass were forthcoming, so I struck the engine up and pointed the bow towards home.